I ran Custom Combat, an 8-player Georgia Invitational tournament with a catch. 8 characters would be modded to make them ridiculous in some way or another, and each player would receive one of these by luck and be stuck with them the rest of the tournament, with the winner of this tournament getting a trophy. Let's begin. Shoutouts to Crispo for making this nonsense for me. To keep things fair, all characters were chosen randomly, and whoever you get, you are stuck with for the rest of the tournament. Before we get started though, I'd like to thank Marvel Contest of Champions for sponsoring this video. Marvel Contest of Champions is a fighting game set within the Marvel Universe on mobile devices to get your gaming fix during downtime on the way to work riding the bus, in the back on a road trip, or who knows where else. If you ever spend far too long debating with someone who'd win in a fight between 2 Marvel characters, now you can just throw hands and answer that thought yourself. As it turns out, for all returning players to Marvel Contest of Champions, Iron Man is coming back, and until November 6th, you'll get the awesome chance to catch up on events you might have missed in prior updates, and get a surprising amount of free goodies in the meantime. And who doesn't like free goodies? For new players, Marvel Contest of Champions is a deep fighting game with tons of heroes and villains alike to collect and battle with, level up, and manage across iconic battlefields such as Avengers Tower, Wakanda, Asgard, and more. You can pair up different characters to create different bonuses like the Guardians of the Galaxy for a team boost, Black Panther and Storm for individual bonuses, and so on. You can progress through a cool story mode managing your team on an adventure in classic Marvel storytelling fashion with plenty of quest map exploring and action-packed fighting with controls designed to be cozy on mobile devices. In the last year, Kabam have improved game modes like the contest, new stuff like Battlegrounds, and even reworking older characters like Iron Man to greater heights, and as a returning player, you'll get an Iron Man character, 3 weeks of the premium sigil subscription, and a heaping helping of crystals. This is completely free, of course, and returning players get even more bonuses. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss out on getting to participate in Iron Man's comeback event, and download Marvel Contest of Champions today on your phone today using this link. Thanks again to Marvel Contest of Champions for sponsoring this video. Omega ended up with Sephiroth, who now has his one wing buff effect permanently. Now you're never safe from this extremely speedy powerhouse with all the mix-ups in the world, and while Omega mains Joker, he actually does use Sephiroth competitively, so this is great for him. Greg, on the other hand, got permanent max aura Lucario, making his hitboxes massive at all times and kill power redonkulous. Who do you think will win this set?
No! I'm learning. I've never played this as character. Oh my god.
Unfortunately for Greg, he doesn't really have any Lucario experience to fully take advantage of the character, so Omega's Sephiroth knowledge with the buffs was too much to stop this time. Which brings us to our next set, me vs Sinito. Yes, I actually entered this myself, which would make winning custom combat really funny if it happens. I drew permanent Arsene Joker from the cards, which means Arsene never goes away, and Joker even spawns with it. Just imagine the unspeakable horrors MKLeo would do with this in his hands. Sinito had the misfortune of getting Terry with go active at all percents. That might sound pretty good, but Sinito doesn't know the command inputs, and so basically just has a regular ass guy named Terry in a world of gods. It probably goes as you expect it to. I don't know how to use Joker really, so I just play him like a caveman with Big Brother Arsene around to bully people, and that actually works pretty well here. With Sinito getting pretty unlucky with character draws, didn't have to worry too much about go either, letting me play like my inner degenerate wants me to. Next up is Spike, who acquired Little Mac with KO Punch always available, which is exactly as broken as it sounds. And his opponent, Stash, who got Wii Fit Trainer with Deep Breathing always active, which makes the character live longer, much faster, and do more damage / knockback, except unlike usual, it's always active. Who do you think will win?
Yeah! No? Oh! No! What? That was... No way, dude!
Poor Stash. His Wii Fit wasn't half bad, but Spike got so many insanely early kills that keeping up in the end was too much this time. As our final winners bracket match, we have Scat, who got Olimar with endless purple Pikmin, meaning only purples show up for the best Myron Zone simulator on the market, and facing Scat in Mortal Kombat is Teaser, who got probably the most absurd character in the bunch, Infinite Limit Cloud. Yes, this unholy abomination can be yours too if you subscribe right now, or you could just ignore me and use the link I shared a moment ago. That's cool too, I guess.
fair. Please.
Dear God. This matchup was already rough for Olimar even in the regular game, but it's an absolute slaughter when Cloud takes mod steroids like rare candies. Moving on to our first losers bracket matches, we have iGreg versus Stash, Maxo or Lucario versus permanent deep breathing Wii Fit trainer. Gotta admit, I have no idea how this would be on paper since Wii Fit's extra weight from deep breathing helps cancel out all the extra knockback to live longer, and Wii Fit takes stocks way faster now too. Never sleep on Lucario's X Factor though.
What? Wait, I landed behind you though, right? Did I not land behind you? Nope. All right. See, data.
This is the first game 3 of the tournament, by the way.
Yeah, real. Oh my.
Okay, maybe you can't sleep on the Lucario. It wasn't meant to be, and Stash moves on, eliminating iGreg at 7th place. Next up, we have Sunito's Terry with 599 power at all times versus Scat's endless purple Pikmin. I have to imagine this matchup is somewhat even on paper, but Sunito sadly doesn't know Terry's inputs, so this could be rough. So he'll have to rely on raw fundies if he wants to beat Scat, who actually used to play Olimar seriously in Brawl, fun fact, but nowadays is known more for Mega Man, Snake, and Sephiroth.
I don't lose this, right? 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 That's it. Let's go. God. Oh, it's too heavy! Let's go! No! It's so like, I forgot. He read me! Die! I did it! No, with the bumper roll. No!
That was probably the best match so far of Custom Combat, but Scat clutches it out and makes it a top 6 over Sunito. Next up, we have our first winner semis match, Omega versus Fatality. Oh hey guys, look, it's me in my own invitational. Unsure if my Unga Bunga Perma Arsene Joker will be able to keep up with Omega's one-wing Sephiroth, especially since he actually plays Sephiroth seriously and knows Joker so well, but I'll try my best and hopefully make it exciting anyway. Game 1 was rough for me, but I started bringing it back game 2. But too little, too late, and Omega moves on to winners finals of Custom Combat, knocking me down to losers quarters where I'll have to do glorious battle with Scat. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We first have another winner semis matchup to decide who will face Omega, and that is between Spike and his infinite KO punch Little Mac, and Teaser's infinite limit Cloud. With all the limit blade beams and cross slashes that Cloud can spam, getting in for Little Mac sounds like a bad time. But if he does, he can steal stocks at 20% and even the odds expeditiously. That could have gone worse, but Teaser secures winners finals fairly comfortably against Spike's Little Mac, where we're getting the canon FF7 Duel of the Ages Cloud versus Sephiroth. I swear this wasn't rigged, but it feels poetic. Before then though, I'm out with Perma Arsene Joker versus Scat's best Myron Zone impression.
Yeah, get the fuck out the Myron Zone. Look at him, he respects the Myron Zone. They all do.
Scat is one of my best friends, and we've probably met in bracket at least 150 times, most of which are pretty back and forth throughout the ages. Good times. But this time is different, because I have the power of God and anime on my side. I kind of feel bad for Scat. This is probably the worst character in this event lineup, and both of his losses were against characters that already beat Olimar pretty handily, even without the extra power of unfathomable jank, and I kind of just got away with violating multiple Geneva conventions, and Scat is sadly out at 5th place. Funnily enough, we have a rematch up next with Stash vs Spike again. Last time went Spike's favor with KO Punch Simulator, but who knows, maybe Stash can adapt and find redemption with Wii Fit Deep Breathing Trainer. Also, I'd like to apologize for my second camera dying literally mid-game, but I wasn't in a position to immediately fix this, so you'll just have to imagine the competitors in your heart.
Oh my God, really? That is a strong move. I did up air. Oh, no, I did up air when I hit up B.
No redemption to be had this time for Stash, only the sweet embrace of the abyss. With Stash out at 5th place, we now have our top 4, me versus Spike in loser semis, and in winners finals up next, we have Omega versus Teaser. I fully expected whoever got Cloud to go nuts in this event, but not gonna lie, I definitely slept a little on Sephiroth for this. So it's cool to see this matchup happen the way it did. Keep in mind top 3 is best of 5, so this could go the distance, or be a swift 3-0. Time to find out who would win between One Wing Sephiroth or Infinite Limit Cloud. Teasers look just about unstoppable this event, securing a 2-0 lead and keeping the Canon FF7 timeline in check. With only one game to go, the window of opportunity is quickly closing for Omega. But there's a reason this man has been ranked number 1 in Georgia before. You're about to see why.
Oh, God.
Oh my God!
Just when it looked over, Omega buckled down and made the adaptation needed to reverse sweep Teaser and create a new FF7 canon. And moving on to Grand Finals. Just one set away from claiming victory in custom combat and taking home a pretty cool trophy. With Teaser down to losers finals, his next opponent will be either me or Spike. Neutral and offstage will definitely be in my favor in theory, but man is messing up scary against Infinite KO Punch Little Mac, even if I do have permanent Arsene on my side. Thankfully for me, I was able to stay pretty evasive and just edgeguarded endlessly to secure a top 3 position, sending Spike out at 4th place. Unfortunately for me, this means I now have to fight Infinite Limit Cloud, and that's honestly pretty terrifying. But maybe if I buckle down and avoid getting cheesed too much, I'll be fine, right? Well, as crazy as Perm Arsene Joker is, I wasn't good enough with him to overcome Teaser's Cloud this time, and my custom combat run ends at 3rd place, which I'm pretty happy about for how little Joker experience I have. And now the rematch you've been waiting for from Winners Finals, Omega versus Teaser. Infinite Limit Cloud versus Permanent One Wing Sephiroth to cap off the event. Do you guys expect this to go all potential 10 games of Grands with a Teaser resurgence, or will Omega claim the night before then? Only one way to find out. One loss aside, Omega Sephiroth was honestly insane. He already has numerous PGR wins with his regular version, so him getting a steroid-enhanced Fever Dream version was simultaneously beautiful and horrifying to behold. And Omega is your custom combat champion. And on that note, custom combat was a great success. Definitely doing another of these, so feel free to suggest silly versions of characters in the comments and maybe you'll see them in one of these in the future. Consider subscribing to help support the channel, and if you really enjoyed this, maybe become a patron on my Patreon, which helps us support bigger and cooler projects like this to keep coming. Thank you so much to Sec Engineer and the rest of my patrons for the support, and I hope you all have a good one. Thanks again to Marvel Contest of Champions for sponsoring this video.